10-Minute Jazz Lesson Podcast, episode 389. Hey, everybody, welcome back to episode 389. This is our last episode of the month. So, you know what that means. We're going to do our tune of the month. And actually, this is the last episode of the year because there are 5 Fridays in December. And I'm going to take the last week of December off, spend some time with some family, and enjoy the holidays here. And I hope that you can do the same. But I just wanted to say what an awesome year 2023 was. And I just want to thank you all so much for tuning into this show year after year, supporting the show on Patreon, and largely just keeping me pumped every single week to do this because I know a lot of you out there are getting benefit out of it and it's getting you closer to your jazz goals. So thanks for listening. Thanks for hanging in there with me. A lot of you have been with me since the beginning. It's been quite a long time, and I've enjoyed every second of putting these out. And I hope you have enjoyed listening to the stuff and ultimately that it's gotten you some results, that it's helped you along your jazz journey. Definitely have some really fun and exciting stuff planned for the year 2024. So stay subscribed, keep tuning in every week, and we'll just continue down the path of learning as much about this music that we all love as possible. Okay, so we're going to get into our tune of the month, and we are going to do Bernie's tune, as the title suggests. So I touched on this at the beginning of the month. We talked about using some Lydian dominant concepts over parts of the A section. Now we're simply just going to present you with an entire etude over a whole form of this tune. But as you know, what we like to do on these Tune of the Month episodes is go over the actual changes, do a little quick analysis for you so that you can hopefully add this to a list of tunes that you know how to play. So without any further ado, let's dive into how this form works and how we can make sense of the chord progression. So first things first, this is a 32 bar form. It is AABA, so pretty standard there. And this happens to be in the key of concert D minor, this tune. Okay, so let's get into analyzing the A section. So because we're in the key of concert D minor, it starts off with a big fat D minor chord. And then what happens is we hold on to this chord for 2 bars, and then we do a really interesting move. We go to a B flat 7 chord. So let's hear that transition. I love that sound. So technically what this would be, what you would call this in the key of D minor, is the flat 6 chord, okay? And that makes sense if you're in a minor key and you're, thinking about like natural minor or harmonic minor. That chord actually makes a lot of sense. But one thing that it does that is really, really interesting is it incorporates the flat 5 in the key of concert D minor. So there's the presence of this A flat. And to me, when I think about the feeling of the blues, of course, a big part of it is the flat 3. After all, that is the blue note. But I also think the flat 5 really denotes the blues. It gives me a very bluesy feeling when I hear that flat 5, particularly over a minor chord. So on top of it just being a really interesting chord movement, it also introduces that A flat into the tonality. So if we hear a D minor and we play that A flat, so I think it also gives you a little bit of, hey, we should probably play the blues over this particular tune, especially in that part of this tune. So let's hear that chord transition one more time. Really, really nice. And then the rest of the A section is very, very simple. All we do is we play a 2-5 in the key of D minor. then we use a 2-5 to get back into the second A section. So very simple. 1 to a flat 6 dominant chord, 2, 5, 1. Should be pretty easy to memorize and very easy to keep track of at the end of the day. So the second A section is exactly the same. We go from the 1 chord to that flat 6 dominant, and then we do the 2, 5, 1, but then we're getting ready to move to the bridge. So the last bar of the second A section is actually going to be a 2, 5 to the key of concert B flat. And that's a really, really cool modulation. It sounds so bright to go to B flat coming from D minor. We're going from D minor to B flat major. Okay, and we just get there by way of our 2-5-1 cadence. So let me play that second A section for you and actually make the transition into the bridge, and then we'll talk about the bridge. Love that transition from D minor into B flat. Okay, so the bridge is actually really, really simple as well. So let's look at the first 2 measures of the bridge. We go from a B flat chord, which is our new 1 chord, to G minor, which is our true 6 chord, and then we go to a 2 chord, to 5, to 1. So it's your classic 1, 6, 2, 5, 1. Okay, very reminiscent of the A section to rhythm changes. We simply do that 3 times. Then we hit the 1 chord one more time, so that B flat chord. And then all we do is we play a 2, 5, back to D minor. It's as simple as that. So once we make the modulation into the key of B flat, we just play 1, 6, 2, 5, 1, 6, 2, 5, 1, 6, 2, 5, 1, and then a 2, 5 back to our home key. That's it. So let's play through the whole progression just so you can hear it. Simple as that. One of the challenging things is that this is played at a really fast tempo a lot of the time, although it really does work at a medium tempo as well. So that'd be the only thing you'll have to contend with. But I think you would agree this is a pretty simple tune, but really, really awesome sounding. I just love the changes to this tune, even though they're so simple. And that's proof that something simple can be really, really interesting and really catchy. Okay, so let's listen to the etude, and then we'll chat for a minute after. right. So there you have it. I hope you have fun with that. Again, before I sort of leave you for the year here, I just want to thank all of you for all of your support and continuing to tune in and week out. You're the reason that this podcast has kept going. If you're somebody that chooses to support us on Patreon, thank you. You really are the reason that this podcast keeps going. And just thank you for your continued support. And we hope to keep bringing you stuff that will help you in the future. All right. I hope everybody has amazing holidays and an awesome end to 23 and beginning to 24. And we will see you all in January with some brand new episodes. Have a great one, everybody. Talk to you soon. Bye.